Maido! Hi there, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to talk about direction when presenting. Present or master shimasho. This is the 7th year of the Presentation Japan Series podcast, and we are beaming around the world to you from sunny Minato-ku in Tokyo. And I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, the president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, plus Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de okane o muda ni suru no wa yamimashou, and all are available on Amazon. Through this podcast, I want to help you to become a better speaker, to be 1. Clear, 2. Confident, 3. Persuasive, and 4. Highly influential with those around you. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcasts hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentations Japan series. And every second Tuesday, the Business Touches in no Oshie show. Wednesday, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcasto show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 334, 334. And today we're talking about getting from me to you when presenting. Man, it feels hot in here. My throat is parched. My hands are sweating. Butterflies are taking over my stomach. These are some typical symptoms of nervousness about getting up in front of hundreds of skeptical, beady-eyed people looking up and boring a hole into us as the speaker at the event. We are concerned about whether what we are going to say is going to be well received or not. Our voice may waver a bit when we first start because of that nervousness. And now we feel even added pressure because this isn't going so well. What we are doing is digging a hole for ourselves to bury this speech as an example of one of the dismal efforts by speakers who have little idea of what they're doing. The focus is on us. I saw this speaker from the USA at a Chamber of Commerce event just have a meltdown because she was so nervous. Tall, well-coiffed, suited and booted, she looked the money. She was using slides and she started well. However, it soon became obvious that she had tried to memorize what she wanted to say as she went through the slides. Memorization puts enormous additional pressure on the speaker. In fact, way too much pressure. And sure enough, she cracked. Suddenly, she announced, I need to take a breath. Okay, we forgave her that one. But 2 minutes later, she stopped again for another breath. Her credibility, along with her message, just sailed out the window. The whole affair was focused on her. This is the issue with nervousness. We are the focus and not the audience. So many conversations are going on in our head, all centered on ourselves, on what we are doing and how we are doing it. This is natural. Nothing unusual. The point is to get beyond that self-focus. How do we do that? A good starting point is to not try and memorize what you're going to say. Now, American lady could have just spoken to the slides. You have to know your material. So this isn't a big demand, really. You know what you need to say. So just say it as each slide comes up. The other key is rehearsal. She was giving this talk for the first time. She was practicing on us, the audience. And that is an extremely bad idea. We don't rehearse because we have sucked up all the preparation time on getting the slides together. If she had rehearsed, she would be more comfortable with the content for each slide, and she could have switched the focus from herself to the audience. The other key point is only we know what we're going to say. If we depart from our rehearsal content regarding comments on a certain slide, only we know that. If we carry on regardless, no one will notice, and they'll just accept this is what we wanted to say. Telling the audience, I need to take a breath, is an admission of defeat, lack of preparation, and the self-induced collapse of professionalism. Find out more. We come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also are doing custom in-house programs. We do them in both Japanese and English. We do them in our super safe classroom and live online. On the 12th of April, we'll be holding our Dale Carnegie course. That's our flagship program. Mindset shift, comfort zone, expansion, leadership, communication skills, stress management skills, people skills are some of the high notes of this program. We all need all of those things in business. On the 20th, we'll be doing our high impact presentations program. 2 instructors, main modules over 2 days, massive coaching, massive amounts of feedback, massive reflection, and ability to adjust what you're doing to make it better, so that what you are completing in your final presentation is unrecognizable when compared to your first presentation. And you'll know that because you get to see the video. And it's shocking! Shocking! Oh my God, that first video, I'm horrible. That last video, I look professional. That's what we do. Excellent program. Go to our website at www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. That's www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Lots and lots of value there for you. To do better in Japan, email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching video, then we have nearly 2,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. Welcome back. I was giving a closing talk at the end of a convention, and even though I had practiced this talk 15 times, I still had trouble. For some unknown reason, in the moment of delivery, I decided to go to point 4 and skipped point 3. Now, I kicked myself and had a short internal conversation. You idiot, you skipped 3. I didn't declare this to the audience. I just placed point 3 after point 4 and charged on, as if it was all part of the grand plan. There's nothing amiss, nothing to see here, only I knew I had mixed up the order. And this is the important part. If things go awry, keep it to yourself, because there is a microscopically slim chance the audience will ever notice. Once we get over our self-focus, we can really start to work on our audience. We bring the big 3 to bear on them: our voice, eyes, and gestures. Voice modulation keeps people with us. It also allows us to select certain keywords for more emphasis by either adding or subtracting volume. Both work. A secret whisper is just as effective as a stentorian outburst. When we add to the voice with our eye contact with members of the audience, that makes the message so much more individual and powerful. I don't mean trying to take in the whole audience at one time with eye contact. I mean to zoom in on one person at a time for about 6 seconds. The idea is use both of our eyes to focus on just one point of concentration, and that is only one of the eyes of that audience member. If we keep this single gaze for too long, the pressure is too great. So after about 6 seconds, we need to move our eye contact to another audience member. Here is a funny thing. In a big crowd, the 20 people down the back sitting around that one person we have selected will all feel we are talking directly to them. So we're using our voice and eye contact for bolstering a message. Then we add in gestures. We don't point our finger at people, as that is too aggressive and seems almost accusatory. We open the hand up and we turn the palm upward as we indicate to that person sitting there in the audience, quietly minding their own business. Why palm up? This is an indicator from prehistoric days of I come bearing no hidden weapons. I come in peace and you can relax. When we hit them with voice, eye contact, and gestures like this, we have their undivided attention for our message. We've moved the focus off ourselves and how nervous we are feeling to actively engaging with the whole audience, one person at a time. We transport ourselves from a focus on me to you, and we will be so much more effective as a communicator when we make that transition. Did you get value from today's show? If you did, then share the love around with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Until the next episode, go out there and apply the learnings from today and become a presentations legend amongst your circle. Thank you for joining me, and please tune in next week. Remember, I'm in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.